Okay, so we've found our eccentric height of our grid. We've loaded all of the correct settings. We're ready to take an atlas. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that a grid is centered. And this isn't necessarily the case. If you already know the area you want to collect on, you can just collect a smaller atlas in a specific area of a grid. But just in general, we'll collect a 5x5 atlas from the center. And to make sure that the grid is centered, we're going to come over here to the drop-down menu in the TEM user interface. And we're just going to come here and say reset XY. Okay, and there's a bit of lag on my end, so okay, and now that that's centered, we can go back to Serial EM, and we will set up our folder that we're going to collect data in, and we will set up our atlas. So to set up our atlas, we're going to file new montage, and then this is where we give all of our parameters for the atlas. And the only thing you really want to change is the number of pieces in X and Y. And this is where you determine the size of your atlas. So for us, we're going to say 5x5. And you can make it all the way up to, I think, 7x7. So if you were collecting on a localized region, you might only do a 2x2 if you were just doing an overnight collection or something like that. Another thing you want to check is that the magnification you're using is 46, and that indicates that you have the correct settings in. And with all of that, we leave the rest as a default, and we say OK. We want to save as a MRC stack file. We'll say OK again, and now we need to give this a folder, and this is being collected under the Radex folder. And then let's see, it's going to be under Bornea, Mbornea here, and we need to create a new file with this name. So today is August 17th, 2020, and this is in to spike H20. 20. Okay. And then in that folder, we want to save an atlas. And that's the file name I always give my atlas. So we'll save that. And to actually start our montage, we need to minimize our low-dose control tab here. And we'll see montage controls all the way at the bottom. And all we need to do is press start. And then I like to watch the first minute or two just to ensure that everything is going correctly. And if everything works out, your atlas, you'll start seeing low mag images within a minute or so. And it will say montaging piece 1 of 25 down at the bottom. Okay, and this grid is a little bit icy, so it's going to have some thick covers like that in places, but we can see our grid squares pretty well, and it looks like everything is okay. All right, and the next thing I'm going to show you how to do are alignments, or image alignments at different magnifications.